So standard fields are there, custom fields are there, right? Standard fields can be on standard objects and custom objects also. Custom fields will be available on standard objects and custom objects, both, right? Custom fields is fields which you are creating. Standard fields are fields which Salesforce has given us. You cannot delete those fields. But custom fields you can create, delete, do whatever you want. It's your fields, okay? So now, if you want to make a field mandatory in Salesforce, standard fields cannot be made mandatory in the field level. So you cannot make a field type change. I will show it to you and make it mandatory. Standard field can be made mandatory in page layouts. Let's see that how it works. And standard field and custom fields can be made mandatory in field types and can be also made mandatory using page layouts. So what would be the difference between these two? We'll see in details. And apart from that, there is a new thing which is called, which we'll talk today, that is validation rule. Through validation rule, you can make a standard field mandatory. You can also make a custom field mandatory. So we'll come back to this diagram and find out when to use what. But first, let's see how to make a field mandatory in Salesforce. I am on the account object. I can see all the standard fields which are there and the custom fields also. How to identify a custom field? It will show __ C. That would be a custom field. So let's see if this account number, I want to make this mandatory. What are the different ways of doing it? I can go to this field and if I do an edit, I will not get an option to make this mandatory because this is standard field. Standard fields does not support field level making it mandatory. But if you go to any this my ID field, this is a custom field which is created by me. I want to make this mandatory. I can edit this field and I can make this required. Yeah, and save it. If I make it required, then what happens? Then if I go to Salesforce and I create a new account, my ID will show a red star. So you cannot save now without a my ID because that has been made a mandatory. Custom field can be made mandatory. Standard fields cannot be made mandatory in the field level. Okay. When you make a field mandatory, that becomes mandatory not only for these screens, that also becomes mandatory for data loader as well as workbench and everywhere. So you have to give that value. It will turn red. That field will become mandatory. And you have to supply the field value in this Excel uploads. Otherwise, it will fail. Okay. What if I don't want to make it mandatory all the time? It might be mandatory for some situations. Like if there is some value in one field, or there, for some people only it will be mandatory. For some people, it does not need to be mandatory. If that is the case, what is the easiest solution to do that? Another example of making it mandatory is if you go to the page layouts. So you can have page layout. What are these page layouts? Page layouts are screens. This page layout is exactly the detail screen, this one. All the fields which is there in this detail screen as well as the related list, everything is governed by the page layout. So, and when you create a new also, this is also part of the page layout, the same page layout, no difference. So you can assign, you can create multiple page layout, assign that to different profiles. What are profiles? Profile is user types. We'll discuss profile in full details. So you see there are different kinds of users, and based on that, I can assign different layouts to different people. You can put different fields in a different layout. You can make different fields mandatory in the layout also. You can go to this field layout, think that annual revenue, I want to make it mandatory. So I will go to this properties and make this required. This is also a way of making a field mandatory. This is applicable for standard field as well as custom fields. So now if I go to new account, I will see what was the field I say annual revenue. Annual revenue is red start now. Now the difference between making a field mandatory in page layout and making a field mandatory at the field level is that if you make a field mandatory in the field level, that means it will show red star in all page layout automatically, and you cannot change that. And it will also be mandatory when you are doing a data loading. Okay. But when you are doing a mandatory on the page layout, then this becomes mandatory only for this screen. Other screens, other layouts, people who are using other layouts will not have this as mandatory, as well as it will not impact the data loader. Data loader will not ask for this field. Any questions? Any confusion?
No, sir. No.
Good. So you understand when to use. If this is a user specific or screen specific mandatory field you want to make, then page layout is an option. We'll discuss in thorough detail, compare that. But let's see this, how we can make a field mandatory. Another thing you can say that if the type is prospect, then basically the employee field needs to be mandatory. If it's a condition like that, or there is no conditions at all, I want to make it make the employee field mandatory. Is there any other way of doing it? Of course, there is another way. Usually validation rule is used when we want to make a field mandatory in certain conditions. Okay, so let's see what is the validation rule. So what is employee cannot be blank? So which field I have to go in account? I can see all fields. Here I will go and check the employees equal to quotation. It's a blank field, right? Check syntax. Equal operator. This is, I think it's a number field, right? Yeah. So you are talking about other things, right? Other fields. So let's use this one. What does it mean? It's a function called expression, substitute expression. If I use is blank value, that means if the field value is blank, I will use 0 for that. Equal to 0. Let's check syntax if this works. Yes. So blank value, number of employees, I will substitute this with 0 and is equal to 0. If this is 0, then I will say employee needs to be filled. I can show this error message on top of the page, or I can show just beside that field. Just save it. When we save it, it is already activated. So let's test this now. What are the fields? I have filled up all this. You see, now the error message is coming up. Employee needs to be filled. And save it. Now it allows me to save. So I can make a field mandatory by validation rule also. And usually it is used like this, not a blank validation. Probably there will be a condition on which this will be needed. So if we say if insert field, maybe which is the active field. If type field is there, right? Type. It's a pick list field. When you are using a pick list field, you have to use a pick list val. Is pick val. Okay. So if I now insert that pick list type, and what is the pick list types I have in pick list val? Prospect. So what is the if parameter? How the if parameter works? Here is a if. Logical value, if value, false value. Okay. So if I will say this is a true, false directly. If and blank value is equal to. So if the prospect is true, what is this AND operation? This is connecting, making both conditions important. That means AND expression, you can type it directly from here, or you can do a insert operation here. This is the AND expression. AND means both these conditions needs to be applicable. Then only I will fire this blank, this blocker. Validation is just a blocker, right? And if either of these condition needs to be true and I will blank it, then I can directly go and use the OR operator. OR means any, and means all. Any confusion till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So if I save now,
Hello.
let's see. Yeah, go ahead. Because
So that one, in case of that, you explained for the true and false. Like, what does it like? Just need to be clear on that one.
yeah. So this is the is pick val type prospect, right?
Mhm.
So in type, I am checking. So if you go to this function, it will give you here. Checks whether the value of a pick list field is equal to a string literal.
Mhm.
So I cannot do like this. This will not work.
Okay.
Okay. Why it will not work? Because this is not a string field. This is a drop down pick list value. That is why I have to make this comparison. You have to use this whole function.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now this is a condition which is getting checked. It's quite similar to condition is type is equal to prospect. Okay. If type is equal to prospect, in this if loop, if now you see the if function, it says logical checks whether a condition is true and returns one value if true and another value if false. Now here, if in the if condition, I want to return the true and false itself as a values. I want to check if prospect is there or not, right? That's it. I
Okay,
can
sir.
remove this also. Let's make it easier. Yeah, this will also work. Are you getting this now?
Yes, sir.
So what is it checking now? It is checking type is equal to prospect and employee is equal to 0 or m blank. Right? If it both were text fields, then it would be very easy. I would have done like this. Type is equal to prospect and number of employees is equal to code blank, right? This will have would have worked, right, if both were text fields. But both text fields were not, these are not text field. These are like one is pick list value and one is basically a number value. That is why I am doing this complications.
Okay, sir.
If it is text field, then it's quite simple. You just are checking this and it is done. Right? So I'm taking a little complicated example so that it is easier for you. But if it is a text field, it's quite easy. Now, this AND condition can be written in a different way also. I can use the AND function and put all these conditions as comma. It will be easier to read, isn't it? See. Now it is easier to read. So I am checking this condition and this condition. Both is bound by AND condition. That means every condition needs to be fulfilled. And then basically I'm checking. So first condition is type is prospect and number of employees is blank. So I will replace blank value with 0 and check whether it is 0 or not. So if the type is prospect and the number of employees is 0, in that case, I will block this. I will say no, not allowed. So now I'm taking a conditions, right? So let's see if this works. So if I give some values, but the type I will put something like this, it will allow me to save, right? Because type is different. Number of employees is not needed. But if I put some values here and I put a type called prospect and try to save it, now it is asking me for employee. So I have made this field mandatory for certain conditions. That is the reason, that is the most important use of validation rules. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now it is allowing me to save. So I will go back to my screen once again. This OR condition also works the same way. So there is, you can also use, if you want to use any of this, then you have to use this pipe operator, or what you can do is that you can make this OR. Same, it will work. Then in that case, any of the condition is fulfilled, it will block. Okay. So let's see some, before we'll get into this, logic operator is very critical for you to understand. So I will build some validation rules and you will help me build that. Okay, then it will be easier. So we will go back to our situation, right? Standard field, custom field, 3 different ways we have seen. The standard field, in field type, I can make change, I cannot make changes. Custom field can be made mandatory. Page layouts can be made mandatory. Both custom field and validation rules can be created on both. When to use what? Very critical, right? If you want a custom field to be mandatory for every situation, be it a data loading, be it all layouts and everything, then go for this. Make it mandatory on the field level itself. Right? A standard field, if you want to make it mandatory for all situation, then go for validation rule. Because you cannot make it mandatory on the field level. Page layout, you have to change all the page layout. If there are multiple page layout, you have to change it all. And it will not be available in data loader. In data loader, it will bypass. It will not ask for that field. That is why to make it mandatory everywhere, you have to use a validation rule. Very critical. If you want to make it mandatory only for specific users in the screen only, then go for page layouts. And if you want to make it conditional for custom field for specific situation, then use validation rule in both cases. So if it is a condition based mandatory field, in that case, use validation rule in both cases. There is no other way out. Is it clear? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Try not to use this page layout at all. Usually it is not a very good solution, because this will not make that field mandatory for data loading, right? So this should not be utilized. Usually it is not recommended to use this option. So choose either this one or this one. This will impact everywhere. Then that data cannot be bypassed. That data will be required, be it in a data loader or be it in screens. Okay, now let's go with the logical AND operator. So one second. So there is a formula which needs to be remembered very quick before we jump into actual situation. So I want you to learn it by heart. So not of condition 1 and condition 2 is equal to not of condition 1 or not of condition 2. Similarly, not of condition 1 or condition 2 is equal to not of condition 1 and not of condition. This will help you in a lot of situations wherein you are trying to create a validation rule. Particularly for validation rule, this is very important, a concept to understand. So negative of two conditions which is bound by AND, negative means reversing it. Okay, I will see it how it works. So condition 1 and condition 2, all conditions, if I want to now negate it, if you take individual condition and negate it, then that would be an OR condition. So this reverses. And if you take a negate of OR condition, then individual negation will again you have to reverse it. So if it is OR, it will become AND it will become OR. Simple. Is it like learned by heart already? Very easy condition, right, to understand. Any questions before we move to Salesforce and understand this? Why is this is required? Not condition is required in many things wherein the customer has given requirements in their customer on validation rule usually gives requirements in two types: positive sense or negative sense. How will the requirement come to you? Positive sense means it will say allow values from 10 to 100. A requirement like this can come to you. So there is a field. In this field, allow only values from 10 to 100. Anything below 10 should not be allowed. Anything above 100 should not be allowed. Right? So what customer is telling you is what is the allowed values. If you get a requirement in allowed values, how will you create a validation rule then? Validation rule needs a condition to block. Customer can give the same requirement and he will say, in my field, do not allow anything less than 10 and greater than, sorry. In my field, do not allow anything, any values which is less than 10 and anything greater than 100. A customer can give you same requirement, right? Here customer is not allowed value, giving you a not allowed values. So same customer can give requirements in two different ways. Sometimes it says, this is the same requirement, right? Wherein because customer is saying don't allow less than 10, more than 100, that means it is 10 to 100 is allowed, right? Any questions so far? So how to create a validation rule immediately when you get a allowed value condition or not allowed value condition? So whenever you get a allowed value condition, the easiest way of doing a validation rule, like let's see this this employee, I want to employee cannot be employee should be between 10 to 100. That's it. So what are the conditions we have? First condition is employee less than equal to, sorry, less than, right? Less than, employee less than 10 or employees greater than 100. Right? This can be a condition. So I have to block these values, right? That is why it is the blocker. Employee should be between 10 to 100. This is what I need. So I am writing a validation rule. That means I have to block. What will I block? There are two situations I want to block. Number of employees equal to less than 10 and number of employees greater than 100. These are the two situations I have to block. What will I use? Or and?
Not
Where is not coming from? These are two situations. These are two conditions I have written. Number of employees less than 10, number of employees greater than 100. This needs to be blocked, right? These two conditions are there. How will I connect these two conditions? Should I connect using or should I connect using and? How do we decide this?
And.
Why and?
Because we need both of the two conditions.
Both of the condition needs to be true. Everybody agrees?
Yes, sir.
Let's check this. So I am putting an and function, and this is what you are talking about. Number of employees less than 100, number of employees greater than 100. You're sure this will work, right? So let's try it now. New employees, account, no revenue. I have given 3. It did not block me. And what is wrong? Anish Bhaji is teaching us wrong. Just said all condition needs to be true.
So
Huh?
we should have to use or.
All condition needs to be true. Think it once again. Is this a situation where all condition needs to be true?
Number of employees less than 10 or
When a number of employees is less than 10, maybe 3, can it also become number of employees greater than 100? When you are putting two conditions, both the conditions has to be true. Then only the blocker will fire. Okay. So when you are writing a validation rule, you have to be mathematically correct. Mathematically correct means you have to make conditions true, then only this will fire. When the number of employee you are putting as 3, put that value and check. First condition is true. Second condition is true or not. Second condition is false. The validation rule will not fire. Three is not greater than 100, right?
100, yes, sir.
So both the condition needs to be true, then only this will fire. So number of employees can only be one value, right? When you are putting that value, it will either go into the first condition or it will go into the second condition.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But both condition needs to be blocked. That means any of this condition, it happens, I have to block it. Right? So it is not all condition, it is any. Right?
Yes, sir.
So let's make it any. What is any? So if I want to block any of this condition, it is very important. What is any? Any means any of this condition, if it happens, I will block it. All means all the conditions needs to be true at some point, then only it will happen. Got it? So individually, if this condition is important, then any. If all these condition needs to be together true, then only it will happen. Then only use and. Now let's test this once again. So it's very important. It's a little confusing, but this you have to learn it through practice. So if you now go there, put its values, and now put 3. See, it is blocking. If I put 103, it is not accepting this also. If I put 33, then it will move in. Clear? Give me 1 second. My battery is running out. So it is very important, guys, that you practice at home. Otherwise, this is very fun. But if you don't practice, you will not ever master it. You will forever be in confusion state. Okay. So yeah. So please take different condition. You create your own conditions. So here, what has happened? Or condition and number of employees less than 100, number of employees. How do I replace this with a not condition? Individually not. What is not? Not means reverse of what is inside. So what is greater than 10 will become greater than equal to 10. And this will be less than equal to 100. Isn't it?
So no values can be taken between 10 to 100.
Not means if your number of employees greater than equal to 10,
Yes.
not reverse it. That means it is not greater than equal to 10. It is writing not here is like writing not here, not greater than equal to 10. Exactly.
Okay.
Or you can write it here, not less than equal to 100. Right? So I am reversing this now. I am saying number of employees is not greater than equal to 10. Number of employees is not less than equal to 100. I want to block these, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Situations wherein number of employees individually, number of employees is not greater than equal to 10, and number of employees which is less than not less than equal to 100. I want to block these conditions, any of these conditions, right? So this same thing I'm writing this way. Let's see and test it. See, working, right?
Okay.
Same, no problem.
Okay.
So I have reversed the condition inside and I put a not outside. Same thing. Now, what if I want to put a not condition using these two directly? I want to do like this. Not when I go and see the not individually, there can be one condition, or not can have multiple condition also. You see, not is a logical condition, and inside it I want to use my logic.
Okay.
So if I want to do a logic like this, I can write this not as this. Okay. Now this, what was my formula? Not of individuals when put together inside a not, this will reverse, isn't it? What was my logic? Not of x and not of y is not of x and y, right? Not of x and not of y is not of a or y, right?
Yes,
So this
sir.
will reverse. That means this
Replacing
will be
it
and.
together. Okay.
So inside not, if I put the condition or a function, then this becomes a and condition. Please remember this. Don't get. I will put some spaces for you to understand it little easier. It will be easier for you to read. So what is happening here? So not of and of this one and this one. This is equal to ulta or of clear. If the not is outside, inside it is and, you can make the outside or and inside not. Clear? Yes, fire this. What is this condition? Not of this. Let's see the inner query. Inner query is saying that number of employees greater than equal to 10 and number of employees less than equal to 100. So this is the allowed condition, right?
Yes, sir.
First customer who was giving me positive requirements, he will give you this way. So this will be easier if the customer is giving you a positive requirement, that this is the range 10 to 100 only you allow, then that is an AND condition, right? Where you are saying all this will be true. So if it is 77, number of employees 77 greater than 10, number of employees 77 is less than equal to 100. Both the conditions are true, right? That means all the conditions are true. This is an allowed figure. So I have to block something which is outside this condition. So not outside. Reverse it, put a not outside and make my validation rule. So kitna simple hai. So what is your customer will give you either the blocker conditions or it will go the allowed condition. If your customer is giving you allowed condition, so use this AND with all the condition and put a not outside and create your validation rule. If the customer is giving you blocker condition, then put a OR and individually put the not conditions. This way, it is very easier for you to understand what is going on. And decide very quickly what you want to do. Because remember, validation rule only wants blockers, which is not allowed. If the customer is clearly giving you which is not allowed, then that makes you directly interpret this and implement it using a OR condition. So individually put all the conditions and then basically put OR condition. If they are giving you allowed, then you put this as an AND condition and put a not outside. Same thing, it can be written in both ways, right? So based on different conditions, help me out now I am saying 100 to 10 to 100 is not allowed. Anything below 10 and above 100 is allowed. What changes do I need to do here?
Below 10 cannot be allowed, and
10 to 100 is not allowed. You cannot enter anything from 10 to 100. Reverse. Right now, my requirement is ulta. Till now, I was allowing 10 to 100, right?
yes.
What if customer is saying 10 to 100 is not allowed? Then what we will do? Give me. I will remove this. Let's start from scratch. So employee should not be now. Yeah. Employee should not be between 10 to 100. How? Now tell me, what would be the condition? There is a chat window which I will open up. This is there. Please put your conditions in this chat window. And I will put one by one and we'll see who does it right. Give me the condition. Take your time. I will stop my recording till I get all the conditions.